The small spaceship flew quietly through the dark sky. Inside, a tiny alien girl sat alone. She was very small, no bigger than a bird. Her skin was soft and light green, and her big eyes shone with fear. She was far away from her home planet, lost and scared. The alien girl had heard many stories about humans, stories that made her very afraid. She thought humans were dangerous and might want to hurt her. Most of all, she feared that humans would try to eat her. The spaceship landed softly in a quiet forest on Earth. The trees were tall and strange to her, with thick trunks and green leaves she had never seen before. She looked out and saw a world very different from hers. The air smelled fresh but strange. The alien girl took a deep breath and climbed out of the spaceship. Her heart beat fast. She knew she must be very careful. She hid behind a big tree, watching the strange new world. The forest was full of sounds. Birds singing, leaves rustling, and far away, a river flowing. The alien girl felt alone and small. She looked at the sky and saw bright stars. She wished she could go back to her home, but she knew she could not. She had to be brave. Suddenly, she heard footsteps. Her eyes grew wide with fear. A small human child came into the forest. The boy looked curious, not afraid. He walked slowly and looked around carefully. The alien girl held her breath. What if he found her? Would he be kind, or would he hurt her? She wanted to run, but her legs felt weak. The boy stopped near the big tree. He looked around and then saw something small moving. The alien girl stayed very still, hoping he would not see her. But the boy's eyes caught her green skin. He smiled gently and said, "Hello, little one. Don't be scared." The alien girl's heart jumped. How did he know she was scared? She slowly stepped out from behind the tree. The boy held out his hand with a small piece of fruit. "Here, try this," he said kindly. The alien girl looked at the fruit. It was sweet and smelled nice. She took a small bite. It was good. The boy sat down on the grass and waited quietly. The alien girl felt something new. Maybe humans were not so scary after all. But deep inside, she still worried. What if others came? What if they were not kind like this boy? She looked around the forest. The shadows were growing longer as the sun started to set. The night would be cold and dark. The alien girl knew she had to be careful and stay hidden. But she also felt a small hope inside her heart. Maybe this new world was not only full of fear but also of friends. The boy looked at her with a smile and said softly, "You don't have to be afraid here. I will protect you." The alien girl's eyes filled with tears. For the first time, she felt a little safe. But the forest was big, and there were many dangers waiting. Would the humans catch her? Would she be able to trust them? These questions stayed in her mind as the stars began to shine brighter in the sky. The fearful arrival was just the beginning of her story. A story of fear, hope, and a new kind of friendship. The little alien girl stayed close to the boy, her small hands trembling as she looked up at his kind face. She had never met a human who seemed so gentle before. The boy's eyes were full of warmth, and he spoke softly, as if he wanted to calm her fear. "Don't worry," he said again. "I won't hurt you." She felt a strange feeling inside, a mix of curiosity and hope. Slowly, she took another bite of the fruit he had offered. It was sweet and juicy, different from anything she had ever tasted on her home planet. The boy laughed softly at her surprised look. "Earth has many strange foods," he said, "but some are good for you." The alien girl looked at him carefully. His clothes were odd to her, but his smile was real. Maybe not all humans were dangerous. Maybe some could be friends. She stepped closer, still nervous, but a little less afraid. Suddenly, the boy reached into his small backpack and pulled out a tiny notebook and a pencil. He scribbled something quickly and showed it to her. It was a simple drawing, a picture of a hand and a heart. The boy pointed to the heart and said, "Friend." Then he pointed to himself and finally to her. The alien girl understood. He wanted to be her friend. Her heart beat fast, but she nodded slowly. She tried to write back, using her long, thin fingers to make shapes in the dirt. The boy watched carefully, fascinated by the strange marks she made. Though their languages were different, something connected them, a desire to understand and be understood. The forest around them felt less scary now. The sun was dipping below the trees, painting the sky with soft orange and pink colors. The alien girl glanced at her spaceship hidden behind the thick bushes. She wondered if she should try to leave and go back home, but something held her back. The boy was kind, and for the first time since she arrived, she felt a small spark of trust. But the peace was fragile. In the distance, voices echoed through the trees. Rough, loud voices of other humans searching. The alien girl's eyes grew wide with fear again. She didn't know who these humans were or what they wanted, but she knew they would not be as kind as the boy. The boy saw her fear and stood up quickly. "We have to hide," he whispered. Taking her small hand in his, he led her deeper into the forest. They moved quietly, stepping over roots and through bushes. The boy knew the forest well. He found a small cave hidden behind a waterfall, a secret place where they could be safe. Inside the cave, the alien girl curled up, her body still shaking. The boy sat beside her, sharing some more fruit and water he had brought. He told her stories about Earth, about animals, trees, and stars. His voice was calm and soothing. Slowly, the alien girl began to relax. But the danger was still there, outside the cave's dark walls. The voices grew closer, and the sound of footsteps pressed on their ears like thunder. The boy looked at her with determination. "I will protect you," he said fiercely. "No one will hurt you." The alien girl wanted to believe him, but her mind was full of questions. Could she really trust this human? Were all humans as kind as him? What would happen if the others found her? Would she be safe in this strange world? Or was her fear about humans true? As night fell completely, the forest grew silent except for the soft dripping of water and the distant rustle of leaves. The alien girl stared at the dark cave ceiling, her thoughts swirling like the stars above. She knew her journey was just beginning. The boy's friendship was a bright light in the darkness, but shadows were waiting. Her small hand held tightly to his, a silent promise forming between them. Not just of safety, but of hope, courage, and a bond that could change everything. The days passed slowly in the hidden cave, but the alien girl and the boy grew closer with each sunrise. The boy taught her about Earth, the trees, the animals, the stars that glittered at night. He showed her how to catch small fish from the river and how to find sweet berries without hurting herself. The alien girl listened carefully, her big eyes shining with wonder. For the first time, she felt a small happiness that was not mixed with fear. At first, she still hid whenever she heard other humans nearby. The voices outside the forest made her heart pound hard like a drum. But the boy stayed by her side, never letting go of her hand. "They are not all bad," he told her quietly. "Some just don't understand." Slowly, she began to trust him more. She started to tell him stories about her own world, about the stars she came from, the colors of the sky there, and the gentle creatures who lived on her planet. Though she could not speak his language perfectly, the boy listened with patience, and sometimes he made funny sounds to try to copy her. One morning, as the sun's warm light touched the cave entrance, the boy showed her a small wooden flute. "This is music," he said. "It makes feelings you cannot say with words." He played a soft, sweet tune, and the alien girl's eyes closed, feeling the sound flow like a gentle river. She tried to blow on the flute, but only strange noises came out. The boy laughed softly and helped her again. They both laughed, and for a moment the world felt simple and kind. But their peace was fragile. The boy warned her about the humans outside the forest, those who would not be kind. He told her stories about scientists and soldiers who might want to catch her and keep her locked away. The alien girl's fear returned like a cold shadow, but she tried to stay brave. One evening, while the boy was gathering food, the alien girl saw a group of humans coming near the cave. They were tall, loud, and carried strange tools. Her heart froze. She wanted to warn the boy, but she did not want to be seen. She moved quietly to the back of the cave, hiding behind rocks. The humans searched everywhere, shouting and stepping loudly. The alien girl's breath came fast. She wished she could disappear. Suddenly, she saw the boy appear, holding a small torch. He looked worried but did not run. Instead, he stepped forward and spoke to the humans in a calm voice. The alien girl couldn't hear the words clearly, but she saw the humans lower their tools and talk quietly with the boy. After a few tense moments, the humans left, and the boy came back to the cave, smiling gently. "They are gone," he said. "For now." The alien girl felt relief wash over her, but also a new feeling, pride. This human was brave and strong. He fought for her, even when he was afraid. Maybe she could be brave too. That night, the alien girl and the boy sat outside the cave under the stars. The boy pointed to the sky and told her stories about the constellations. The alien girl told him about the stars of her home. They laughed and dreamed together, two friends from different worlds. But somewhere deep inside, the alien girl knew the story was far from over. The forest held secrets, and the humans outside might come back. She still had much to learn about trust, friendship, and courage. For now, she was not alone. And that was the most important thing. The days grew darker and heavier with fear. The alien girl felt it deep in her bones. Danger was closing in. The humans who had searched near the cave before were not gone for good. Their footsteps echoed closer, louder, and more certain. She could hear them in the woods, talking with harsh voices and shouting orders. The boy's calm smile began to fade, replaced by a shadow of worry. One afternoon, while the alien girl was exploring a small clearing, she heard the crack of broken branches. Her heart froze. She turned quickly to see a group of humans moving through the trees. They looked different from the boy, larger, with strange gear and tools that glinted in the sun. They carried nets and cages, and their eyes were hard and cold. Panic filled her chest. She ran toward the cave as fast as her small legs could carry her, but she knew the humans were faster. When she reached the hiding place, the boy was waiting, his face pale but determined. "We don't have much time," he said, pulling her close. "They want to catch you. We have to move." The alien girl's mind raced. She had never left her spaceship or this cave before, and the forest was big and full of unknown dangers. But the boy took her hand and led her quickly through the thick trees. His knowledge of the forest was their only hope. They ran silently, shadows slipping between the trees like ghosts. The boy stopped often to listen, checking if the humans were near. The alien girl's fear twisted inside her, but she tried to trust him. She had no choice. After what felt like hours, they reached a deep, dark part of the forest. Here, the trees were older and closer, and the air smelled of earth and moss. The boy showed her a hidden path behind thick bushes. "This way," he whispered. "It leads to a place no one else knows." The alien girl followed, her breath coming fast but her steps steady. The path opened into a small clearing with a quiet pond. The water was clear and calm, reflecting the green leaves above. The boy smiled softly. "This is our secret place," he said. "No one will find us here." For a moment, the alien girl felt safe again. She sat by the water's edge and looked at her reflection. The green skin, the big eyes, all things that made her different. She wondered if she could ever truly belong here. The boy sat beside her and handed her a small stick. "Let's make a mark," he said. "A sign that we were here." Together, they carved simple shapes into the tree bark. A star, a heart, and a small hand. It was their way of saying, "We are friends. We protect each other." But the peace was broken when they heard distant voices again, closer this time. The boy stood up quickly, his eyes scanning the forest. "They're coming," he said quietly. The alien girl's fear returned, stronger than ever. She clung to the boy's arm, wishing she could be brave like him, but he only smiled and squeezed her hand. "We will face this together," he promised. As the humans drew near, the boy whispered a plan. "We'll hide in the pond's reeds. It's deep and thick. They won't see us." The alien girl nodded, swallowing her fear. They slipped quietly into the water, hiding beneath tall grass and plants. The cool water wrapped around her like a shield, and for a moment, she forgot her fear. Above them, The humans searched the clearing, voices low but sharp. They looked near the pond, poking with sticks and peering into the reeds. The alien girl held her breath so tightly she thought she might burst. Then, slowly, the humans gave up and moved away, their voices fading into the forest. The alien girl and the boy waited a long time before leaving the water. When they finally stepped onto the shore, the boy smiled gently. "You were very brave," he said. The alien girl looked at him and smiled back. Maybe she was stronger than she thought. Maybe she could face the humans and the fear after all. But she knew one thing for sure. The world was bigger, darker, and more dangerous than she ever imagined. And this was only the beginning. The alien girl sat quietly by the pond, her green skin glistening with drops of water. The cool air wrapped around her like a gentle blanket, but inside, her mind was restless. The chase was not over. The danger was still close, lurking like a shadow behind every tree. She looked at the boy beside her. His calm face gave her a strange sense of hope, but also questions she could not yet answer. Suddenly, a rustle came from the bushes behind them. The alien girl's heart jumped, but this time it was not the harsh footsteps of humans. A figure stepped out from the shadows, another alien, taller and older, with silver-blue skin that shimmered under the dappled sunlight. His eyes were kind but serious. The alien girl gasped softly. "You came for me?" she whispered, fear and relief mixing in her voice. The older alien nodded slowly. "I have been searching for you," he said. "You are not safe here alone." The boy stood up, watching the newcomer carefully. "Who is he?" the alien girl asked, her voice small. "This is my brother," the older alien said, turning to the boy. "I came from our home planet to bring her back. It is dangerous here for her." The alien girl looked at her new visitor, then at the boy. She felt torn between two worlds. The strange Earth she was beginning to understand, and the distant home she barely remembered. The older alien moved closer and spoke quietly. "There is something you must know about humans. They are not all enemies. Some will help, protect, and care for you, but others will hunt and harm. You must choose carefully whom to trust." The boy nodded, his eyes steady. "I will protect her," he said simply. The alien girl watched them both, her heart heavy. The older alien pulled out a small device, glowing softly with blue light. "This will help you hide," he explained. "It can block the humans' trackers and scanners, but it will only last for a little while." She took the device carefully, feeling its warmth. For the first time, she felt a spark of real hope, a chance to be safe even if just for a moment. That night, the three of them sat by the pond. The older alien told stories of their home, a world of stars and endless skies, of peace and light. The boy shared stories of Earth, of kindness and friendship, of struggles and hope. The alien girl listened, her eyes wide with wonder. She realized that her fear of humans was only part of the truth. There was much she did not understand, much more to learn. But just as hope began to grow, the night was broken by distant shouts. The humans were coming again, louder and more prepared. The forest seemed to hold its breath as the danger drew closer. The older alien stood, his face hardening. "We must move quickly," he said. "This place is no longer safe." The boy helped the alien girl to her feet. Together, they followed the older alien through the dark woods, moving fast and quietly. The glowing device hummed softly in her hand, a small shield against the threat. As they ran, the alien girl felt a strange mix of fear and strength. She was far from home, caught between worlds, with danger chasing behind them. But she was not alone. She had friends, two who cared for her, who fought for her. The forest stretched on endlessly, full of shadows and secrets. The alien girl knew the road ahead would be hard, but she was ready to face it. Because now, something inside her had changed. A quiet fire of courage and trust, growing stronger with every step. The unexpected turn in her story had begun, and nothing would ever be the same again. The forest grew darker as the trio moved deeper into the unknown. The alien girl's heart pounded in her chest, not just from fear but from a new feeling, a fragile hope. The glowing device in her hand pulsed softly, like a heartbeat, protecting them from the human search. The older alien led the way with quiet confidence. His eyes scanned the shadows, always alert. The boy stayed close beside the alien girl, his grip firm on her small hand. Together, they walked through tangled trees and soft moss, leaving behind the pond and the danger that had almost caught them. After what felt like hours, they reached a hidden valley. It was unlike anything the alien girl had seen before. The valley was filled with strange, glowing plants and soft, sparkling streams. The air smelled sweet and fresh. The valley felt like a secret world, safe and untouched by fear. "This is a place where we can rest," the older alien said. "A refuge." The alien girl looked around, wonder shining in her eyes. She stepped closer to a glowing flower and gently touched its petals. Felt warm like sunlight. For the first time since she had landed on Earth, she smiled without fear. The boy sat down on a smooth rock and watched her with a smile. "You're safe here," he said quietly. "No one will find us." But the older alien's face was serious. "Safe for now," he said. "We must be careful. Not all humans are enemies, but some still hunt." The alien girl looked up at him, confused. "Why would humans want to hurt me?" she asked. The older alien sighed. "Because you are different. Because they do not understand. But some humans can learn. They can be kind and protective." The boy nodded. "Like me," he said simply. The alien girl's eyes met his, and she felt a warmth she had never known. Maybe trust was possible. Maybe friendship could cross worlds. That night, as stars twinkled above, the three sat around a small fire. The older alien shared stories of their home. A planet of peace, where beings lived in harmony. The boy spoke of Earth's struggles but also its kindness. The alien girl listened, her heart opening. But even in this safe place, the past was not far behind. The glowing device in her hand began to dim. Its power was fading. The older alien looked worried. "When it dies, the humans' trackers will find you again," he warned. Fear returned, sharp and cold. The alien girl looked at the boy. "What will happen to me?" she whispered. The boy took her hand gently. "We will face it together," he promised. The next day, they began to plan. They needed to find a new home, a place where the alien girl could live without fear, somewhere humans would not come looking. As they traveled, the alien girl learned more about humans. Their hopes, their fears, their kindness. She met others who helped them on their journey, people who believed in protecting the unknown. Slowly, her fear of humans changed. She saw that not all were threats. Some were friends, like the boy who stood by her side. But danger was never far. The humans who hunted her were still out there, following the fading signal of the device. The alien girl knew she had to be brave, to trust, to fight for a future where she could live in peace. And with her new friends, she was ready to face whatever came next. The alien girl stood at the edge of the valley, looking out at the vast world beyond. The stars above twinkled softly, promising both mystery and hope. Her heart was no longer heavy with fear but filled with courage she had never known before. The journey had been long and hard, but it had changed her forever. Beside her, the boy smiled warmly, his eyes shining with pride. "We made it," he said simply. "A new beginning." The older alien nodded, his face calm but serious. "This is the place where you can live safely, where you can learn to trust, and where the past will not control your future." The alien girl took a deep breath. The fear of humans devouring her, the endless running and hiding, all of it seemed like a distant memory now. She had found friends who protected her, and a new home where she could grow. Together, they began building a small shelter near the glowing plants, a place filled with light and life. The boy taught her more about Earth, the beauty of its forests, the songs of its birds, and the kindness that could be found in even the darkest places. The older alien shared knowledge of her own people, how to heal, how to use the light inside her to protect and to grow. Days turned into weeks, and the alien girl learned to trust not only the boy and his brother but also herself. She found strength in her small body, courage in her kind heart. The world around her, once full of danger, became a place of wonder. Yet, the memory of fear remained, a reminder to stay careful. The humans who had hunted her were still out there, but she knew she was no longer alone. Together, she and her friends could face any challenge. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, the alien girl looked up at the sky. The stars seemed to whisper promises of peace and friendship between worlds. She smiled softly, knowing that her story was just beginning. The fearful little alien girl who once thought humans would devour her had found something unexpected: hope, trust, and a new family. No longer just a stranger in a strange land, she was home. And in that home, she would live freely, bravely, and with a heart full of light.